We've got a capacity crowd here at the United Center. Welcome, everyone, to Noche Enabia. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The injury to Zach Lavine, that's the story here. He is out.
Yeah, and as bad as it turned out to be, it tells you a little bit about his toughness, that when they took him to the locker room after he got hurt, he wanted to come back out and get back on the court.
Well, yeah, you think about it, this is good news. Good news, especially to everyone who saw that terrible injury occur. It could have been so much worse.
And both these teams come into this game with a lot of confidence, Chris. They're playing excellent basketball right now.
Yeah, and teams like this will usually tell you they didn't circle this game on their calendar or this isn't a big game. I'm going to tell you as a player, they're lying. They've been watching each other all year. They can't wait for this game, and we're about to see both teams play their best.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Ricky Rubio is out there with Rodney Hood. Then there's Hill, then there's Beasley, and it's Gobert in at the center position. And the first one drops. And so Jordan nails both of them.
He's so confident, so self-assured on every free throw he takes.
And Rubio kicks to Beasley. That's a 2 from Hood. Chicago grabs the miss. Last time they met was in Utah, where they beat the Jazz.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, and when your bench is putting up major points, it makes the whole offense that much more difficult to defend. They went to Blowout City. And no fight left in the defense there after a teeth-rattling pick.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Back to Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And you got to like the vision for marking it. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Chicago on defense, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Hill with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. The drive by.
Oh,
goodness.
Wow.
Oh, and he capped that one off with a little something extra, switching hands on the dunk.
He knows how to get some hang time there. Great play. And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. They double him with Payne. Beasley kicks to Hood. Back to Beasley. Pass to Hill. Beasley the screen. 6 on the shot clock. The 19-foot shot. He can't get it to go. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Outside Jordan. Lets it go from deep. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. 9 points for Jordan.
He's giving them a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him.
And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time, that 96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that second three-peat, what was it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
It's so tough to play against that team. Jordan, arguably the best player that's ever, laced them up. And Pippen was so tough offensively and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards. And then you had guys in a system that was, just really too much. It's hard to say. Of course, in my opinion, having played against them, they're the best team of all time. But Bill Russell once told me, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing errors that you really can't prove it. So, of course, they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today.
And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Gobert.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that Coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Free throw good, Jordan. So Utah ends up going with the new group. And so he hits both. And Chris, power forwards today shoot a lot more three-pointers. If you played today, I think you'd be incredibly effective in that role. How do you think you'd be in that role?
Oh, yeah, I think that's something I would have definitely had fun and relished in. I did shoot threes a couple of seasons in Washington, and was pretty successful at that, but the style of play was just so different then. Big men were asked to stay in the post, and there was a lot more work in the post, a lot more pressure on the big guy to get to the free throw line to wear down the defense. So the whole game was different then. The big man kind of ruled the game. Today it's a point guard's game, and so what's great is I'd have to step out to give the point guard a lot more room to drive, to take a shot blocker away, or because there aren't any shot blockers. And so I definitely would love to hang out in that corner and shoot that easy three, or at the top after a pick and roll and pop right back. That would have been a lot of fun. Plus it would give you freedom, because when you can shoot that Jimmy like that and you got a nice wet jump shot, it allows that pump fake to work all day. So I would have pump fake a lot from that three-point line and dunked on a lot of people. So that would have been fun to have that freedom as they do today. Just like it's fun watching these young guys let it fly from that three-point line.
Good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Mitchell kicks to Favors. 56 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Mitchell. From outside, off the mark. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 17-6 run.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
Here's Jordan, and he just jams it right over Derek Favors. Wow!
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Here's Clark. His last outing, he had 8 points. Shoots from 12. Pachulia, no luck. Chicago leading by 13. Here's Jordan, and the rejection by Favors. One-on-one fast break. Here's Burks. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Chicago calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
And the chance to draw up a great play. I mean, this is a chess match at work.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Dragic is checked in. Markkanen comes in for Portis. Jordan, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Dunn. Markkanen is out there with Valentine. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Payne. And it's Dragic in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Now here's Gobert. He had 16 points in the win against Atlanta. Beasley, the Jazz with another miss. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 19-6 run. Markkanen dishes to Jordan. We've got 1:55 left in the first half. Goes up off the pick. Excellent D there from Beasley.
The defense recognizing the situation and getting right in his face once he got close to the bucket.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mr. Incredible in their last matchup against the Cavaliers was phenomenal. He finished with 30 points and, as he always seems to do, piled up rebound after rebound. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. Yeah, he showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Oh, yeah. Once he got them on the ropes, he never let them off the hook. It was full-speed energy basketball at its greatest.
Here's Hood. He's coming off a 16-point game against Atlanta. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
.111 left now here in the second. Kicks it to Beasley. They need this one. And he sinks the layup. Beasley's got his third bucket of the night.
He just looks more engaged this second quarter. A far cry from his disappointing play in the first period.
Jordan kicks to Markkanen and stolen by Hood. And now with the fast break, Rubio with the ball. The dish to Beasley. And stolen by Payne. Fast break, here comes Chicago. Here's Jordan. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Jordan's got 5 points now in the quarter. Hood against Jordan. Rubio sets the pick for Hood. Over Jordan. Off the left rim and out.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Pass to Payne. Back to Jordan. And then jammed down as he goes right over Rudy Gobert.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Look, he had all the time in the world to get the jumper off. Maybe it was too much time.
And so it's Chicago. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Mike Budenholzer. Your defense has been very good. Why has that happened?
Well, I think our guys are committed on that end. Everybody's active, everybody's covering for each other, and we know how important it is.
Mike, we'll see if it continues in the next quarter. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. And Mr. Incredible has been sensational.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Utah, they've got Gobert, Beasley out there with Hill. Then it's Rodney Hood, and it's Rubio in at the point.
That type of defense doesn't always get it done, but it does the job that time.
Hill passes to Rubio. Well, we talk about young players improving their game a lot, but Chris, which veterans in the league have impressed you with their ability to change and adapt their game as they get older?
Well, Paul Millsap, I think he's been under the radar and underrated for the last 2, 3, 4 years. He's been the best post player offensively on the post, in my opinion, and I think his game is overlooked, and he's a veteran that continually gets better. And then other guys that add different parts to their game, like a Marc Gasol, being able to step out and hit threes. He's a former Defensive Player of the Year, being able to expand his game on the offensive end. You have to love guys that have the mentality that they can always improve like these two.
The Jazz shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And Rodney Hood played one season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
It's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
Jordan kicks to Payne. Back to Jordan. Just 5 to shoot. Tries again, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Pachulia, he's checked in for Utah. The Bulls leading by 11. Fires, high post. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. That's now 26 points for Jordan.
Well, he's reason number one there in front. I mean, his shooting has been almost flawless.
Gobert, the screen. Passes it to Mitchell. Shoots from the elbow. And he gets the bucket. And Chicago shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Gobert with the block. Here's Mitchell, guarded by Jordan. Here's Clark. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Clark's got his first 2 points of the night.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Now here's Jordan. Tight defense on him. Oh, and the jam by Jordan.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Here's Clark. The Bulls getting the bucket. He feeds it to Burks. Gobert, the screen. Shot off the pick. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Jones. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
And when Jones is connecting from the mid-range, it makes his team all the more deadly. I mean, he has a beautiful touch on his jumper.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Gobert dishes to Clark. Shoots from 12. Good D by Jones. 3 on 3. Here's Jordan. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Burks.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Chicago. They lead by 11. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Just relax. We're in good shape. Keep looking for each other. Keep cutting hard. Everybody look. Let's take care of our defense. More pressure, more activity.
That's Coach Mike Budenholzer running through the gambit of areas where he feels they need to excel.
Yeah, I mean, and most of all, Coach is asking them to be 100% engaged. Give it your all, and then let the chips fall where they may.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. We've got Payne, Valentine out there with Markkanen. Then it's Jordan, and it's Dragic in at the center filling out the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Pretty devastating, actually, to turn the ball over like that and surrender 2 more points.
Jazz trail by 15. Clark kicks to Beasley. A beautiful reverse layup.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
He continues to be their go-to guy. If they close this game out, his stamp will be all over this win.
And Chris, one of the rare honors for an NBA player is to have their jersey retired. The Kings retired your number 4. What does an honor like that feel like? What does that mean to you?
Man, it meant so much to have my jersey retired. I was there with my family, my wife, my brothers, sisters, parents, and everyone. And so it was just a really, really great moment. You know, when you're playing the game, you can really, we say enjoy the process, but you never really can really enjoy it day to day because you're always thinking ahead, trying to get better. And so it was just a really cool moment to sit back and think about all the positive things we did in the city, for the city, and definitely for the game of basketball. So it was a great feeling, and, you know, Sacramento forever. I thank them for that, and I love them there.
Wonderful years, indeed. Here's Jordan. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Rubio. He kicks to Mitchell, launches it. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 5th assist in this one. Jordan with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Dragic the pass to Payne. It's Jordan on the wing. Covered by Rubio. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Beasley against Johnson. Favors. Rejected by Dragic. But they recover it. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Feeds to Mitchell.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Jazz trail by 15. Utah calls timeout.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
And the Jazz with some changes. Hill comes in for Derek Favors. Rodney Hood subbed in for Mitchell. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
The Bulls leading by 13. Here's Jordan, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The first one falls. And he makes both free throws. And here's Rubio. He dishes it to Gobert. Hood against Jordan. Hood kicks to Hill. Back to Hood. 6 to shoot. Beasley sets a screen for Hood. Off the pick. Utah the rebound. Beasley kicks to Hood and stolen by Jordan. drops in the breakaway layup. Jordan's got 39.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
That's why you can't let yourself get in this deeper hole. Very little time now to climb out.
Hood for 3. It's all in by the Bulls.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Chicago.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jordan.
Well, he was the agitator, bothering everybody with his defense, coming up with steals. I mean, making sure they were never able to get comfortable as long as he was out on the floor.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Here's Mitchell, guarded by Jordan, and stolen by Jordan. Buries it down low. Jordan's got 45 points.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Clearly a foul.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And he wanted all of those, trying to fight their way back into this. Well, and Robin Lopez, the big piece that came to the Bulls in the Derrick Rose trade. He's always been a solid center, plays solid defense on the block, and isn't lost when it's stretched out. He does a good job of protecting the rim as well.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Achiel. And the 3 off target. Now here's Jordan. Defense right on him. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with a double-digit lead at this point, they can pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports.
Go, baby.
So long.
DJ, fantastic game.
Thanks.
Listen, Kevin and the guys want to talk to you back at the studio. Right this way.
Let's do it.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And welcome back to the studio here on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in a moment to speak with our post-game guest who's standing by on headset near the locker rooms.
What's up? Kenny the Jet here. That might have been the most dominating game from one player that we've seen all season. Now, what led to this offensive explosion by you?
Wow, Kenny. I mean, that's funny that you think that was an offensive explosion, because to me, this should be my baseline level of play. Now, I think from here on out to the rest of the season, this will seem like less of an explosion and more like a mild flicker.
Well, then, if that's the case, I'm going to be at every game then, young fella.
Stay tuned, brother.
And thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We'll see you next time, and the time after that, too.